Hi, welcome back to Third Eye Scoop. This is Martina, and this is a series called The Devil Wears Fame. For those who have been here in the past, welcome back. For those who's just joining, there's a playlist with all the other celebrities I've looked at so far. The reason for these readings is to have a look at these world archetypes, why they're on our world stage, what do we need to know about them, what can we learn from the situation, what are they here to teach us, what's their soul contract, what karma is playing out in this time-space reality, and basically just to get some, we're always looking at it from a violet pill perspective or a violet lens. We're trying to see the higher learning for it and see what we can glean from it and how we can improve our own lives. There's quite often the macro to the micro and vice versa. So this is happening right now for a reason. There's a lot of things that are collapsing. Politics, entertainment, Hollywood, a lot of established structures are crumbling, as we can sort of feel and see. So that's kind of the catalyst for these readings. As of this time of recording, Jay-Z has just been named in one of the lawsuits. So that's just a couple of hours old. So if you haven't had a chance to look at the Jay-Z reading, now might be the time to just have a quick look through. I feel like it is kind of on point so far. Let's begin. So today's Ashton Kutcher. What I know about Ashton Kutcher is Hollywood actor, a few rom-coms. I know he did the Punk series, and I came to know more about his relationship with Danny Masterson as I was watching a lot of Scientology protesting. And at the time, Ashton was defending Danny Masterson, who is now currently serving 2 life sentences in prison for SA. So Ashton has also been known to be at the Diddy parties, the white parties. Let's see what the readings are, what's happening for Ashton Kutcher. Okay, so we're going to start off with a flower essence. Just an energy remedy for either us watching the reading or just to create an energy grid or a sort of energy field. Could take 2. Okay, so we have Aspen. Fears, worries, unknown fears. Fears and worries of unknown origin. Sufferers may often be afraid to tell their trouble to others. Century. Weak-willed, bullied, unable to say no, lack energy, tired, timid. When you have a hard time saying no and therefore easily get imposed on. So I'll just take some on behalf of us who are witnessing or viewing the reading, and for whoever may else need it within the story. I'm also going to pull out a flower essence to tune into the emotional component of the reading. So for Ashton Kutcher, Fregonia. Miracle, remarkable oil, 4 times of key transition, visualization or manifestation. It also kind of means feeling fragmented, so not quite complete or whole or aligned, or just very, very fragmented. Ashton Kutcher is Aquarius and life path 7. Okay, so we're going to have a look at, soul contracts, karma here, on this life plane, how Ashton's life was before fame, after fame. Is he working for the light? Is there hidden agendas or agendas working through him, whether he's conscious or unconscious of them? His current energy now, and what's he here to teach us? Why do we need to know about Ashton Kutcher at this moment in time? Thank you. So his current energy is the offering. Soul contract, the gem. Karma, the sword. It's very Aquarian energy. Collective teaching for us, the village. Before fame, the shaman. Post fame, the pilgrim. We have the river. This is quite a repeating card in a lot of the readings. The one. And Eros. Let me just get these in shot for you. Whew. I feel with the fragmented Fragonia energy, I feel like he's still in survival mode. I feel like he's still in fix-it mode. I feel like he knows he's in trouble. I feel like he is aware of the company he's kept. I feel like he's under illusions about himself. He can't quite see his reality. He's caught up with some hard decisions he's going to have to make. I feel like I feel like with his current energy, the offering, at first I thought, is he trying to make a deal as to, work with law enforcement or to share his knowledge? But then what was coming through was he was actually trying to buy himself out of blackmail. This is what it feels like. It feels like an offering he's made to his murky past. He's trying to buy himself out of trouble, as I'm sure a lot of celebrities are at the moment. Just with the pilgrim energy as part of his future. There's also this, there's a sexual energy here as well. And I'm wondering if that even might be related to his health. I'm wondering if there's some sort of evidence towards health, that there's some sort of proof on him. But this is just my first download, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to fully commit to that right now. But there is some sort of tarnish or a smearing of his history that's kind of living with him in his present. I feel like with his soul contract, the gem, I feel like he was given an opportunity to find his own inner sort of treasure, his own wisdom, his own worth, his own perfect assets in terms of values, not materialism. I think it got lost in the weeds upon arrival, or he was going to have to work out some of this karma along the way to sort of get back to whatever that personal nest egg of virtues would be. But it seems like it's got flipped and it's like leaning into the materialism. I feel like he was chasing shiny object syndrome. With Ashton Kutcher, he's always been quite juvenile, I think, even though, it's like the Hollywood actor that never grew up. Even with his relationship with Mila Kunis, is it? The rumors of her being underage. It's almost like he lacked an emotional maturity anyway, and he never grew up. He may even have some mother issues, connecting to Demi Moore as well, then going from one extreme to another. It's like he couldn't find his way through. With the sword energy, it's like that's also kind of like, Aquarius energy, where he could have used the power of his sword, his brush or his pen, his artistry, or any sort of ideas he could have had. He could have used them for the benefit of all. He may end up doing that anyway with the village card, our collective teaching from him, but it might be that we're teaching it from what not to do as to what to do. Like he even dabbled in charities, right? With that, I think it was the Thorn Institute, or I think Demi and him started that, where they were ironically trying to help kids with past trauma in the SA arena. But again, that just lacks maturity, but it also could be this, I don't know, there's a dark energy with that, but it's like he didn't know how to create true boundaries for himself. He didn't know the real virtue to follow. And somehow the fragmented started. he could have been trying to heal through this incarnation of his life. And because he's already out of balance, I think before he was famous, he it's almost like he had the gift of the gab. I feel like he already had a certain persuasion about him. I think I'm linking into that Aquarius energy again, although quite aloof, having that perspective or higher perspective. But I feel like he again chased fame and glitter and glitz, and yeah, it's like he overpromised himself and his dreams, and he forgot that there might have been a price to pay on some level. I don't get the sense with Ashton that he's kind of a master manipulator. I don't think he's got the mindset for this. I don't think he's that intelligent. I don't think he's that cunning. I think he's got this more insecure energy. It's like little chicken, like, are you my mom? Are you my dad? He was always following the bigger bully, I feel, especially with this weak-willed, bullied energy, unable to say no. And then he gets opposed upon easily. But I think he may have struggled with that, but I don't think he struggled it in a sense of guilt. I think he struggled it in the sense that he was always trying to figure out how he could be the alpha. He wanted to be one of the boys, it seems. Like there was never I don't think he had the same value set as we would have. It's not like he got caught up in a trap he couldn't go along with. It's more of he's kind of resentful or regretful that he got caught in it. It's not that he was led down the garden path and then found himself in chaos he couldn't unravel. He didn't care. He just didn't want to get caught. That's the feeling I get with this. Because he doesn't know himself. He has no clarity of what really... he can't get a true handle or self-awareness. He can only deal with the now, whatever current energies, like the current of the water. He's not able to... It's like he goes with the flow or the path of least resistance, as opposed to standing his ground and dictating his own boundaries with a good value set. It's like he just kind of goes... He goes with the flow and popular... Yeah, he's easily manipulatable. You know, it's such a lesson to us all that, you know, we're always on this precipice of our decisions, right? We can either fall into the fear and the fight or flight of it, or we can try and find ways to get the self-awareness and, you know, elevate it, right? Or shift it. But when you're coming in trying to find your own inner sovereignty, I guess, and you don't cop onto that soon enough, you start to find and look for it in all the wrong places, right? I feel like there's always been I don't think he's always been surrounded by totally bad people, but the majority of the time he's always looked for the light in the wrong places, but he's always been nudged to try and do better, but he's never rose to the challenge. He's definitely not naive. Like I said before, he's not naive in the sense that he got swept away, but he definitely had an aptitude to see the path of best suited him. And he could ascertain that there would be some collateral damage, but he didn't care. Like he was able to work the elements in his industry. And he kind of failed up, really. Yeah, I guess he was a useful idiot, right? This post-fame, we've got the Pilgrim, and I'm wondering if this might be leaning into the fact that a couple of things are dropping in. A, he's had to pay something off, and it's cost him quite a bit of money, and so his lifestyle is going to dramatically be reduced financially, materialistically, even professionally. Any sort of charity work that he's done, he stepped away from. Any sort of he doesn't seem to have any current movie roles that I'm aware of or any financial projects. And then, of course, there's the rumors of him leaving town. So whether he's going to do that with his family, I get strange energy from Mila. I just feel like I can't imagine she's so unaware to what's happening. So I wonder if I should do a reading on her. But I feel like he's able to control her on whatever level. I think she will go along with the flow. It's like she is a mini-me, maybe. But I wonder if this will come undone. If there's some sort of... If there's either an exposure for his sexual taste, whatever that is, legal or illegal, or the fact that there's been some sort of permanent damage, disease, infection, etc., some sort of health complication due to his past, whether she's aware or unaware, it's going to probably get exposed. And I wonder if that might be a wake-up call for her. But I feel like she's had many red flags. Or has she forgiven it? I'm not sure. I guess with the village card for the collective teaching for us, it's like choose your tribe wisely. See what village you're building. What if you haven't come from a solid family background or at least a good value system, be careful of the birds. Birds of a feather flock together. Be mindful of that, because you might be thinking you're part of a tribe, but if it's not built on solid grounds, they may sell you out, and vice versa if it has no integrity. That feels like barbed wire to me. So it's like you might even imprison yourself into some of your decisions, and you might find yourself in another world, another location, or just emotionally not having an emotional backbone to do the right thing. If Ashton Kutcher just didn't come from solid grounds and he's looked for love in all the wrong places, or fame and success in all the wrong places, that doesn't encourage you to fight for good outside of yourself. We'll see if family has changed him in any way, becoming a father or not. I'm not sure. I certainly think he's feeling it. He's definitely feeling it. Like, he's stressed. I think he's got all the emotions right now. He's got the fears and the worries. He's expecting a miracle potentially. He's obviously in a key transition. But I still think it's like, am I going to get away with it? I mean, he got crucified for the letter that he wrote to the judge over Danny Masterson, asking for leniency after he was convicted. It wasn't even a character reference prior to, the conviction. He was actually convicted of his crimes. So yeah, I feel like he hasn't learned that lesson yet again, but he knows what social media or he knows what the collective will do if they find out he's already had a sample of that. So let's get another layer of information. Can we have one for the offering? Ooh. Torture victim, torturer, informer, witness. What was I saying? We've got military. Yeah. This feels, again, he's been tortured by the fact that he's having to almost give an arm and a leg to get out of his past torturing of others. There's obviously a witness, there's obviously a victim, and he has some sort of culpability, all alleged for entertainment purposes only, just reading tarot cards. But he feels now like he's being tortured by his past. And it really feels he's really taking a hit, and potentially well-deserved. But, no surprise there. It's all leading to his past. So whether he stepped out of this
peer group, or if he's been friends with Diddy right up until the end. I have no idea, but it does look like it's coming from the past. He's stepped away from, but he's paying for the price now for sure. Show me the gem. The devil, dark magic, exorcist, cursed, possessed. Yeah, with the Fool card, like he had this opportunity in this lifetime to, you know, be full of potential. And, but again, the devil card is showing up here. It's like he was tempted early on. Wealth, inheritance, gambling. So yeah, like he's definitely moved away from his original brief, put it that way. He's got seduced and entrapped by all of the, which potentially he knew was coming, right? But like somewhere along the line, he knew that this path would be challenging. And if he believed that you may design it before you get here, then he knew. But somehow he's gotten off the beaten track. Oof, all the big cards are coming out today. SA, perpetrator, bystander, victim, witness. Bottom of the deck. Rural living, hunter, farmer. Whether this links into his current karma, where he's not exactly paying his debt back, or if this is a past life. Maybe he was a victim in a past life and he was here to try and figure out his self-worth and, you know, build from it and not get, you know, he didn't want to, you shouldn't become a perpetrator at that point. You know, you're trying to not lash out, particularly. You're not supposed to weaponize your pain onto others. But here we are. Show me the shaman. Imprisonment, imprisoned, freed, escaped, imprisoner. Bottom of the deck, injustice, victim, perpetrator again, injustice overturned. Yeah, I mean, this could be his childhood. Like, I don't know anything about his childhood, but like, you don't come to these energies if you do have, you know, a good value set. So whatever inspired him to look for bigger, shinier, brighter things to be easily led into, you know, being submissive to alpha males, whatever it is, or to, you know, go along with the lowest common denominator. He wasn't coming from a compassionate place anyway. So potentially that could be part of his childhood. I don't know. But he definitely feels void of emotion. He's never felt like he's part of anything. He doesn't feel like he's ever had that village. It's almost like he has been a pilgrim to his own journey, but again, looking for love in all the wrong places. But his challenge was always to find self-love. He's been called to, you know, be the one, find out who you are, figure out which part of self-awareness, self-reflection you can't get. It's not in the company of others. Show me the river. Revolution, wealthy elite, uprising, reign of terror. World War, allied defender. When you don't feel empowered, when you feel that you're trying to escape yourself, your circumstances, your history, and if you've been tempted by the devil and you're tempted by the world of the elite, and you're like socializing with famous people or you know, presidents or prime ministers or any sort of wealthy elite, like I said here, there's no emotional inclination to fight for the little person, because you're so intoxicated by the decadence of it all and the power of it all. And if that's been a lot part of your journey so far, then it must be incredibly intoxicating. But again, the challenge and the nudge is always to stand for truth, clear your debt, clear your karma, remember what's true. But he has no self-awareness. He can't autocorrect. He can't self-regulate. He doesn't. It's almost like it's going to take a miracle for him to have that sort of awareness in this lifetime. He's so far down the river by going along with the flow of others, not the healthy go with the flow. He surrendered himself. He surrendered his self-worth. He surrendered his soul. Show me the one. Loss of a loved one, death, war, unexplained disappearance, abandonment. Town beauty. Femme fatale. He also was dating someone where he apparently turned up at her house and she was actually dead. She'd been murdered by someone else. And apparently he'd looked through the window and only saw what he thought was spilt red wine. But there's rumors to say that he actually did find it and cover it up. Like he wanted to avoid all of the, again, running away, again, escaping accountability, responsibility, want to get away with it. Even if he was innocent, like it didn't matter. He still had no integrity. Even in a moment like that, he could only think of himself at that time. So instead of like thinking about yourself in a sovereign way, in a virtual way, a virtuous way, no, selfish. It was all about him. And he justified it. Justified it that she's already gone. There's nothing he could do. But somewhere along the line, I would say that there might have even been, I don't want to say blackmail, but it's like once you're in this world and favor upon favor, and you can't even find the light in all of that chaos. Show me the pilgrim. The law, lawyer, judge, lawmaker, law enforcement. Bottom of the deck, earth disaster, building collapse, earthquake, drought, animal attack. It's like he's having a tarot moment. Like that's why he's running. He's running from the law. He's seen what the law did to Danny Masterson. He doesn't want to be around, even if he's innocent of his, even if he was 100% innocent in the whole P. Diddy stuff. He's not going to be around for that sort of judgment of his friends. Not after Danny Masterson, but I actually think it's a lot more than that. I feel like he's running away from the law because he's seen it. He knows what it's like to. He's not hanging around to be arrested or jailed. But yeah, he's a weak man for sure. And how do weak men behave? They consume and they drain the energies of others. Show me the village. Rural living, woodsman, hunter, farmer, peasant. It's this one. Wild West. You know, it's like, it's almost like the best dream for us is to just live a simple life, a life with integrity, a life just following our own heart. And, you know, like this whole desire to be in the middle of it or be seen or be famous. It's the Wild West where there's no rules and you can lose your integrity very quickly and you become very disconnected to your soul path. And that's an overdose of a school that nobody needs, you know. It's like just build your little tribe, have a close circle of friends that, you know, make you better. Ask
Ask of you that for your highest good, you know. Show me Eros. Show me Eros. Too many. Show me Eros. Group living, cult, commune, tribe, monastery. Again, that's like that out of balance of a simple life, right? Wealth, gambling, miser, again with this card. Why am I getting Scientology vibes here? Group living and wealth. Even though Ashton Kutcher allegedly isn't a Scientologist, he was exposed to that world, and he apparently was always in the celebrity center. So he just had exposure to different factions of life that would never have helped him become a better person. They were happy to help cover up things, you know, maintain the group, the integrity of the group. I'll hold your secrets, you hold mine. Let's see what Tarot has to say. Just for the matter of time, let's just do one big shuffle. Flip the cards. Okay, the offering. 10 of Cups. It's like he's trying to wash away his guilt with this offering from the past, or this pain, or settling some sort of lawsuit. It's like he's trying to wash away the guilt, but it's not for the guilt of the victims, it's the guilt of his family. It's like he's trying to wash it away with money, with the promise of things will be better on the other side of wherever they decide to live. It's like he's promising the happy ever after. But I don't know about that, Ashton. Show me the gem. 3 of Swords. Yeah, bringing nothing but betrayal and heartache with him. Either he brought it to heal or he brought it to create some sort of growth for us all. Like, to come in with the Devil and 3 of Swords, that's like a shitty, that's a shitty contract. Oh. Sword, Priestess of Discs. It's almost like the evil eye there. He's supposed to turn away from evil. It's like his guides have always been telling him to worry about your self-worth, worry about building your sovereignty like you were supposed to. Forget materialism, but build a good constitution, not a build a good legacy. Even with the small child here, I'm feeling like I think maybe that's probably why part of that charity foundation he had, maybe there was like this, it was like a loose change for him though. It's like, I'll just do this and that'll be part of that whisper of doing good when I get here, but it wasn't, it was very superficial. It's almost like he was just parroting it back. It's like, yeah, I've got a foundation, so therefore I'm a good guy. Again, it's fighting the good and the dark and making that decision on how you yield it. It doesn't look like he chose well. Shaman. 10 of Swords. It's almost like this prison card, you know, with his little building. It's almost like in his past, he like actually cut everyone loose. He didn't want any of his past in his future. He was too good for it. He cut everyone loose. And at the same time, he severed the last part of himself that could have been working more for the light. It's like he sold himself out when he abandoned his tribe, whatever that was, or however good or bad they were. He just started cutting people out of his life. That's probably why he had such a intense relationship with Danny Masterson, you know, at a young age, filming, but again, not positive role models. And it was feeding into that energy of him never being good enough. And maybe that was at some point justified, you know, to cut away people that hurt you, but there's still healing to be done with those lessons. It's like turning your lessons into blessings somehow. Even linking into this river card, it's like, it's even with the color of, like, see that wave there? I don't know if you can see on camera. But it's like this healing wave too, but he's still upside down. He can't see for what it's worth. He can't see his lessons as blessings. He's just full of hate and venom. It's like that snake energy. He was so quick to get rid of his past, to sever it and have amnesia about it, that he lost himself as well. The river. Son of Cups. It's like the circles he was keeping, you know, with the wealthy elite, and how he was happy to be around all of those powerful socialites, and it made him feel like it fixed all of that. Any relationship he had in the past, he could just wash them out and be infiltrated with the who's who. But this is how they saw him. They just saw him as this naive, weak-willed, unable to say no, timid energy that they could manipulate, almost sing for his supper. I just see with this air, it's almost like a real young energy, you know. He was so busy singing for his supper that the river that was supposed to help him or nurture him or insulate him from evil is where it started to get muddied, because he wasn't listening to the guides around him. He wasn't listening to the whispers. He was just dazzled and seduced by his new best friends. Show me the one. Empress energy. Why do I feel like this is Demi Moore? You know, if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, and you're emotionally immature, you know, it's not rocket science to say you'd be attracted to an older woman, a maternal figure, someone that would help guide you. But I think Demi Moore also had her own bag of problems, and although it was quite seductive at that time, with almost a ready-made family that he could maybe infiltrate, it's like he could see that that wasn't going to bring all the answers. She's smelling a rose there, and there's a mirror here. I just kind of, it's like, it's coming with cocaine vibes. It's like he woke up to smell the roses of some of her behaviors and realized that it's just another, it's just another set of circumstances that he got himself into that he wanted to run away from. Again, it's kind of like that cowardice. It's like he came out of the spell and realized he had a ready-made family, and he's like, hang on a minute, this isn't my bag either. Show me the village. 4 of Cups. It's like you've got this big burly ocean and this little gentle stream. Yeah, it's again just reflecting on just be careful what medicine you're looking for. Because the big and exciting might not be your path. Your path might be that simple life, that small tribe,
that because if you step outside of your path, you're going to constantly feel apathy for the life you're living, and so you start seasoning it with external things like drugs or alcohol or fame or money or materialism or bad boy image or it's like you just find your way gently. Too many choices can lead to bad decisions. Show me the Pilgrim. The Fool. Oh. Talking about a stream and he's upside down. It's like if he moves away from his home, or if he runs away to the next green pasture where the grass is greener, the vultures are waiting and the crocodiles are waiting. The predators are waiting. So whether that's law, whether it's law enforcement, or if it's his old friends that are going to perhaps sell him out to gain the protection for themselves. Whoa. Watch your back, Ashton. The predators won't suffer fools gladly, weak-willed, bullied, easy, unable to say no. But it's no time to be foolish either. So yeah, that's a big warning, Ashton. Show me Eros. 4 of Swords. This card's come up a lot in the readings. It's almost like they're trying to shelter or isolate themselves from what's actually happening out in the real world. And nothing is stable as what you think it is. There's like a crack in your outcome. You don't see it coming. It's behind your back. So calm is coming one way or the other. This is also the card of healing. So if there is some sort of sexual health issue, some permanent damage to whatever, bottom of the deck, the Hermit card. See, he's got another opportunity to be nudged, to find his inner light, to go to the river, to find the gem, to find the one, to use your sword for good, for truth, for healing, for karmic justice for the victims, for the truth to come out, for law, for, offer up the truth. Don't offer up money to hide the truth. Okay. Let's see if Ashton Kutcher... Okay, 3 cards for any connection between Ashton and Demi in the height of their relationship. And then I want 3 cards to see if Ashton is in any legal troubles for now or the future. Show me 3 cards for the bonds between Ashton and Demi at this time during their relationship. Okay, 4 cards. Got the Chariot, 5 of Cups, 4 of Wands, and the Fool. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles. Reap what you sow. It's like, no matter how far you travel, you're not going to win, Ashton. Whether it's bikes, cars, or airplanes, the path you took when you either with Demi and it made you escape then, the second escape isn't going to help you. There's a comeuppance. You've got 5 of Cups, past disappointments. You can't outrun this. You're a fool to think that the secrets you shared when you were together, no matter what unity you had or union you had at the time, don't be a fool, because if Demi has anything on you, she's going to speak. When you left her high and dry, I'd watch your back, Ashton. Reap what you sow. Reap what you sow. It's ready for... It's payback. There's a payback coming, Ashton. That's a scorned woman right there. Okay, show me 3 cards for... Is Ashton going to have any legal or criminal consequences? 9 of Cups reversed. 9 of Wands. You followed the money, Ashton. You've drained the money. You're at the end of the road. You're out of resources. You're out of friendships. You're out of possibilities. You're getting caught up in your karma now. And either someone's going to hang you out to dry, or you're going to trip yourself up. So I would say Ashton Kutcher is... Is he on the lam? Oh, I think he's running. Walking away. 8 of Cups. Yeah. He's all out of tricks. He's all out of everything. He's going to need a miracle to manifest or visualize a new transition for himself. You can see why he's fragmented. Okay, quick summary. He's currently being blackmailed and paying it off. He's being seduced by the elite, not as an innocent bystander, but as a willing participant. Would I say he has criminal activities? I would say yes. I would say he definitely enjoyed a few Diddy parties. Can I say he, to what level of the spectrum? I'm going to say he was weak-willed, and I think he could have easily been rope-a-dope, as we say in Ireland. I think he could be roped into it, willingly or unconsciously. I'd say willingly. I think he knew what he wanted. He knew what he was doing. And he got seduced by the power and the prestige of it all, the excess of it all. But he's been outrunning his karma, and he's known it. He's had a lot of warnings, and he's not paid proper attention. Warnings with, we haven't even talked about Brittany Murphy, one of his ex-girlfriends. This could even be linked into that. The dating girl where he, walked into a deceased person, to Danny Masterson, to not coming to terms with his friend choices. So whether that it's definitely conscious. I really don't think he was that fooled. I think he didn't care, for sure. And at no point did he ever pull his socks up. At not one point did he choose the higher road. It's run, run, run. Asking the judge for leniency after Danny Masterson was convicted, to even the Diddy thing now, to stepping down from his board of his foundation. Yeah. Wow. Final messages about this reading for us or for Ashton, or just to close out the reading for those who need it. And again, let's send this healing energy or love and light to anyone who needs it, who's witnessing this reading. This is some dark stuff, so yes, it's hard to be a witness to, but I think it's a time where we cannot ignore it. Yeah. One more card for this reading. Two more. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Make today count, you'll never get it back. Don't ever save anything for a special occasion. Being alive is the special occasion. It's almost advice to Ashton, isn't it? It's like, man, you've always been halfway there, and yet you failed to choose to make today count, to make today better, to make the people around you better, to elevate the energy, to season the cauldron of the collective for the highest good. To what are you waiting for? You can't outrun yourself. You can't outrun karma. You can't outrun Judgment Day. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Thanks a million.